important reminder. All information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.
What is 666? Some form of what? How about 6.66 cycles? Makes more sense? How about 0 to 4 cycles is delta? It's when you go to sleep. The brain works on 0 to 40 cycles. That's the speed limit of this thing. And your best speed limit's 33 cycles. So if we want to become more human, that's why eating high vibrational tuned foods is to be able to raise all the tunes up, kick all the passengers out nicely without trying to kill them, and you change massively. Yeah, it is. You try. It's a big problem. So parasites we'll talk about here. Oxygen level cannot go ahead and be manipulated unless you change your alkaline level. It's impossible. You can pump all the oxygen you want, go into barometric chambers, body just like a battery. You can put the battery on the table here, charge it all the time, and if it's an acid battery like your car is, and it's lost some of its power because we put in alkaline minerals or tap water, it won't hold charge. Remember, our bodies are alkaline, and once you lose the alkaline forming terrain, you can't kick charge. That means regeneration can't occur. Lymph system. These are all these different things. So we talk about what do I do first? Each one of these things is a checkoff. You do what you can. It's not a silver bullet here. And there's many more than this. These are the top ones that I found out to make it so you don't get blown out of the water. But these are the major ones we found out. Food and water's right here. This is a piece of cake to change. No GMO. Increasing your hydration. I drink 12 glasses of clean, mineralized water a day, and I do it myself. If you buy water, remember, you're playing earthling. Okay? Don't buy it. Make it. Of course, you can buy it once in a while when you don't have the chance to do it, but I make my own and I get glass. I don't put anything in plastic. Plasticizers, that was the next one. Stay away from plastic unless it's bisphenol A free, food grade, non-leachable, HDPT number 2s or PET number 1s. And if it's got any type of acid in it, beware, because acids do eat everything. Put some battery acid on your clothes and see what happens. In the morning, you got holes in them. Hydrochloric acid just stains them. Acetic acid sort of makes it, you could feel a difference in there, but those are light acids. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, I mean, basically just the idea is that, you know, oxygen is a real thing. You live in the city, then you better learn how to terrain modify your environment. And if you don't, then most likely the oxygen, which we all need to breathe, actually is a huge booby trap. There's 21.2% oxygen in the valid clean air. If you live in the city, at the end of the day, you get about 12 and 13 and 14%. How do you think you can live off of that? You can't. It's not too easy. Let's go to the next one there. Again, it looks cool to wear sunglasses, doesn't it? You wear sunglasses, go to any indigenous country, anyone. Do those people have the money to wear sunglasses? They only wear sunglasses here is because when you're a kid, you wear them for 2 weeks, and once you wear them for 2 weeks, you've got black mold. You work in an office all day, you go outside, you go to lunch, put your sunglasses on, and after about 2 weeks, you've got a small amount of black mold in your bloodstream. I couldn't even go outside without my glasses. I couldn't even see. My eyes used to drip. You've known me for 20 years. It took me 2 years just to be able to get off sunglasses. And what I found out is your eyelids are solar panels, and if you wanted to train yourself, because it's hard, Been wearing sunglasses for a long time? Go try to take them off. Your black mold's going to say, huh, who do you think's in power? Who's running the show? We are. I live inside you, and you can't get rid of us if you wanted to. That's why I drink a lot of Wholesale salt. Burns them out. A lot of water. I go over a lot of this. We have a whole lecture on hydration. Hydration is the number one reason. What's the number one disease on this planet? Number one is dehydration. 100 points there. Dehydration, number one disease on this planet. So what's easy to do? Is hydrate. But what, drinking bottled water? Hey, you can go get Desante. You can get all these different ones. These are just companies that are just Coca-Cola, Nestle, and whatever it is. Make your own water. Use the crummy tap water. Strip it down. Glenn has a good system over there. There's many systems out there. Everyone's got its own specialty. And a lot of people, remember, are just, you know, really trying to make a niche in life, trying to make a living. I personally wouldn't buy any alkaline water machines unless you have a machine that makes hydrogen. Okay? Unless it makes hydrogen, they work good. But I personally wouldn't buy one right now because, you know, you don't need one. But in time, an alkaline water machine to make a pH of 10 is very smart, as long as you do it right. pH of 7 versus a pH of 8 is 10 times more hydrational. A pH of 7 versus a pH of 9 is 100 times more hydrational. You want to get hydrated? That water, a lot of the water you're drinking, some of the ones, they say 9.5. Look at the difference between 7 and 9. That's 10 to the third power. It's just like the Richter scale. 10 times 10 times 10. 10 times 10 is 100, 100 times 10 is 1,000. So if you drank a pH of 10, let's say, 8, 9, 10, 3 pH difference, that means that you would be drinking water 10,000 times hydrational levels almost because it's alkaline mineral system. It just depends on, again, is your body worth it and worthy in the beginning to be able to do that? A lot of people, what they have to do is stop drinking colas. Stop having all these things that, I won't name the names, but all these electrolyte solutions, even vitamin waters and all this stuff. I wouldn't drink anything unless it's about an 8 pH. Make it yourself. Okay? And most people, yeah, people say, well, why do I want to drink a pH of 9 or so? It's because your body's most likely severely acid, and it has been for a long time, and you need to bend this other side. And you can make alkaline water with pH drops. Okay? And if you're drinking water out of an RO system, if you haven't remineralized it, it's just poison water. It's dead. If you're drinking water out of a distilled water system, it's dead. You need to remineralize the water. How do you do that? Variety of ways. Okay, we can go over some different ways. There's many different products, different things. What I use is I use Wholesale salt. I try to use plant minerals as much as I can because the plant minerals are pre-digested. Because the easier it is to digest, the better it is for you. Let's go to the next one there. Do you have the sickness? That's a good question to ask yourself. Do you have the sickness? Everybody in here has the sickness, including me. It's called accumulation. Okay? Everybody's talking about the sickness. What type of sickness? Everybody has a certain form of the sickness. Look at all the different, 30% of the population is obese or toxic. 80% of the population is 15 pounds plus overweight or toxic. Remember, it's dehydration is the number one disease. All you got to do is hydrate and half the time. Open the pores. Quit having GMO. Remember, you have hybridized foods, you get big too. You get hybridized. You get genetically modified sterile foods, your ovaries or testes start to become just like you are what you eat. Sterility. You eat sterile foods, you become sterile yourself. 75 million people are in diabetes. Antidepressants. Why is everybody so depressed? How about why is everybody so full of heavy metals? A little bit of lead will ruin your life. It'll make you feel real unsocial. Okay? That's the number one thing again. Get this out of the mouth. You'll feel much better. Do you feel better? 100%. Dr. Javier Morales. You just look up Javier with a J, Morales, biodentist. And there's ones in the United States here that do them. I just don't know any. I don't know anybody that does gems. A lot of people do and these are all my sort of like personal opinions. Everybody has their own. So the sickness has invaded our emotional, mental, physical, ethereal, and bioelectric magnetic bodies. It doesn't just affect your body physically. If you're poisoned in your body, it affects your emotionality. That's why, remember, healthy, wealthy, happy, and wise. In order to get healthy, wealthy, and happy, you got to be wise, and not a wise guy or a wise girl. It's got to be, it's just basically, in order to be healthy, it doesn't cost money. It's actually just making decisions and changing over this for that. Changing your salts, your oils, your sugars, changing your GMO for at least hybridized, going from hybridized if you wanted to heirloom. All this is heirloom though. So it's a big jump just to figure out what is heirloom and what is, even if you've been playing the game for a while. See you later. Thank you. All right. See you. Let's go to the next one there. Okay, we've talked about that, and you can see that mercury is a liquid, lead. It's a liquid. It's very soft. Who would put in that stuff in your mouth? I'm not pointing fingers, but I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. Lead, mercury, and tin in your mouth? Doesn't make sense. And the journals, you can't blame the dentists at all. They only do what the journals tell you to do. They're the ones in power, the AMA, the ADA. They say what is, and you're the dentist or the doctor, and you follow what the journals say. That's it. So if the journals are maybe in cahoots, then you can see the practitioners are pissed because they've been following, there's a gag order on dentists to be able to, you can't even market to take out your mercury fillings because of toxicity because someone hasn't said that they're toxic yet. What, methyl mercury is not toxic? We usually have a little video I like you to see, but you should write this down and watch this. It's called smoking fillings. And if you haven't seen the smoking fillings, you'll see this is done by some high-level researchers. And a 25-year-old tooth is blowing out methyl mercury behind a phosphoretic screen. And all you have to do is brush your teeth, all you have to do is speak, all you have to do is have it in a warm body, and it's constantly putting out methyl mercury all day long. Drink a cup of coffee, it goes out massively. Massively.
Not to mention the coffee.
Anything that's hot, put a cell phone up to your head, electrical magnetics and stimulation through electrical systems. Another one. Let's go to the next one there.